Right now at 7 o'clock, campus protests at UCLA erupt into chaos. Brawls, fireworks, and other acts of violence broke out between dueling protesters. We're live at the scene as the campus spirals out of control. Columbia protesters have cleared the area after police were forced to remove them. We're going to have a live report from New York City about where things stand now. And the latest pro-Palestinian encampment to go up is at UC Riverside. It is peaceful right now, but how long will that last? We'll be live from the campus.
This is Kcal News Mornings.
Sorry, my chair's really far away. Okay, good morning. It's Wednesday. It's gonna be May 1st. I'm Jamie Yukas.
I'm Ruta Shabazzi. Thanks for waking up with us here on Kcal News Mornings and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. We do have breaking news right now. A wild night and morning of violence on the UCLA campus.
Pro-Palestinian protesters clashed with counter-protesters who stormed the barricades. We want to take a look at Royce Quad at UCLA from Kcal right now. It does look calm from up above. It was an entirely different story overnight. We have live team coverage of the chaos happening at campuses here and really across the country. Our Tina Patel and Cara Finstrom are at UCLA. Rick Montanez is at UC Riverside, and Mark Liu has a closer look at the law enforcement response. We want to first go to Tina Patel with what's happening out there. Tina?
Well, things are a lot calmer than they were just a few hours ago, but I want to show you the pro-Palestinian encampment is still here. There are still a lot of people inside. What we have now is law enforcement kind of on all sides here, keeping watch, making sure that nobody gets inside, because that's what happened last night, and that's what caused all the chaos. I want to show you just how tense things got last night. Take a look at this.
Down the wall. Lie down. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
So what it looks like is that last night around 11 o'clock, a group of counter-protesters came here to campus, tried to get in the pro-Palestinian encampment. It looks like some of those people were adults, not students. Some were waving Israeli flags. And when they tried to get in the encampment, that's when we saw some physical fights break out. People were knocked to the ground. There was punching. We also saw some smoke going up. It looked like maybe somebody deployed tear gas, and even at one point shooting fireworks into the air. Now, ambulances did come here. We saw some people looking like they were getting treated, but we haven't gotten any official word if people had severe injuries or not. Police eventually came in. There was university police here at the beginning. We were told that they kind of kept a distance for a while, but eventually even more CHP, LAPD came. They were able to break those two groups apart. We had a chance to talk with people on both sides, both the pro-Palestinian protesters and the pro-Israeli counter-protesters. They have very different accounts of what happened.
I mean, we have been facing this Zionist aggression every single night. The attacks have been relentless. But tonight, they escalated to a whole new level. They started inciting violence. So all we do, we have routine security people protecting the border. Okay, counter-protest.
Yeah. I saw a lot of pro-Palestinians throwing water bottles. Actually, a few of them hit me even, throwing a lot of cardboard things, just bunch of bad stuff. And I don't know, I saw the pro-Israelis just like trying to protect themselves, and I saw a lot of pro-Israelis getting pepper sprayed by the pro-Palestinians, which was very hard to see.
Again, a very chaotic night. Things have calmed down in the last couple of hours. And as we come back out here live, you can see that there is a big law enforcement presence, CHP right here, but we also have sheriffs, LAPD. And there's been folks with UCLA coming and kind of taking down some of the trash that we saw. This is a tear gas canister that was left on the ground a little while ago. There were sticks from, it looks like, from flagpoles that people had used as weapons. So we can kind of see the evidence of just how bad it got. But again, right now things have calmed down. The question is what is going to happen as the day goes on. Yesterday, UCLA had put out a notice saying that pro-Palestinian encampment was considered unlawful. We haven't seen any attempts this morning for them to go in and actually start clearing the encampment, but I think a lot of people are waiting to see what the university does and whether there might be more violence when they actually try to clear these folks out. Right now, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as the morning goes on. Tina, thank you. And we want to take a closer look now at the law enforcement response. Our assignment manager, Mark Liu, is at the desk where he's been monitoring these situations. Mark.
Yeah, Rube, this is a multi-agency task force that is operating at the center of the UCLA campus. They're there at the request of Mayor Bass and also the chancellor of the university. It includes members of the LAPD, the CHP, and UCLA's own police force. They arrived late last night and they are still there this morning. Take a look.
Don't have your baton ready and extended. Open it while we're walking, and then just sheath it.
Now, those officers arrived in response to those violent clashes Tina was talking about overnight between protesters at a place called Royce Quad, which is between two main academic buildings on campus. The encampment went up last week as part of the national protest taking place at major academic institutions like Columbia University. But here at UCLA, the LAPD and the CHP came equipped with their riot control gear, which includes helmets, shields, and zip ties. They remain on campus this morning at Royce Quad as that encampment has been declared an unlawful assembly. They're also assisting UCLA police in making sure that access to other parts of the campus remains safe for students and staff. But one of the main buildings here, Royce Hall, remains closed until Friday. The other building, Powell Library, will remain closed until Monday. Now, the UCLA Vice Chancellor for Communications issued a statement about the violence last night. Take a look. It says, horrific acts of violence occurred at the encampment tonight, and we immediately called law enforcement for mutual aid support. The fire department and medical personnel are on the scene. We are sickened by this senseless violence, and it must end. That's from Mary Osako, the Vice Chancellor for UCLA Strategic Communications. Now, I want to show you on my map here where this is all happening. I'm going to zoom in to the UCLA campus here in Westwood, and you can see I've denoted Royce Quad. It's right here in the middle of campus. It's this big grassy area. It's between the academic buildings here, and the skirmish lines have formed around that grassy area, and they will remain there until that encampment is cleared. We're going to keep monitoring the situation at UCLA, let you know if anything changes. Until then, that's the very latest here from the desk. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you. Across town at USC, a disturbing discovery outside of campus. Someone drew a swastika on a fence post. USC's president and the head of the university's largest Jewish group both condemned the action. It has now been removed. Meanwhile, the tent camp on campus is still in place. Yesterday, President Carol Folt and protest leaders met for a second day, but it ended without any agreements. It's unclear if any more meetings are scheduled at this point. And the encampment on Columbia's campus has now been removed. Dozens of people arrested after the university asked police to move in.
Yeah, hundreds, actually, I think. And moments ago, New York Mayor Eric Adams had strong words for the protesters and the reports that students are being pushed to extreme action by outsiders.
There is a movement to radicalize